Hello, everybody. I think I'm live. Okay, well, let me pay a few bills first.
You're listening to a Dare Media Group and Mastiff Media radio station. From Dare Media Group, Radio X Gold, Radio X Country, 6RXM, Radio X Magic, and Dare Talk Radio. And from Mastiff Media, Yerg's Radio, Rainbow Radio, Right Talk Radio, Forward Radio, Mastiff Sports, and Shady News Radio. For more information, visit daremediagroup.com.au or mastiff.medias.
And there you go.
You're tuned to the Sport Cat Show.
Actually, this is the Sport Cat Show, but we're...
Yeah, boy, I sure like that Big Brother show yours.
So I think we're live.
Oh, Chris says we're live.
Okay. All right. Well, I have no idea what the hell happened. My computer literally shit itself. I was locked up. The only thing that was weird was maybe my mouse battery died, and that did. I don't know. That was the. I don't know. I just don't know. How are you?
We're live on YouTube, so we're live. I'm good, but this episode just made my brain hurt.
Yeah, hold on. Let's do this real quick. Yes, that's the warning sign for not only spoilers, but there's probably going to be some other things, and there may be some adult language.
Content warning, people.
Yeah, content warning.
You fat blood idiot!
Yes.
What the hell?
That was a quite simple
what the hell
blockbuster, and
well, I'm not even
okay, go back to yesterday's episode, okay? For the veto challenge, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So
I've done forgot it. I'm so pissed. Go ahead. Sorry.
Kristen, I think that's her name. Kristen Wills, whatever they are. Girlfriend won the veto challenge, okay?
Yes.
So before she she decided if she wanted to keep her extravagant detective case that she got, or she wanted to trade it for something else.
The golden power of veto. Yes.
Exactly. And I would have traded it too, just like she did.
Absolutely.
But before that, Vince is sitting there trying to convince her.
Sniveling.
Exactly. Just like Ava pointed out in the elimination that she put when she put him up for elimination, she pointed that out. She said, "You've got your hands in everywhere."
Yes.
Called him out on his bullshit. And he was like, my game. She just revealed it right there.
She's an idiot.
Well,
Yes.
she wasn't an idiot because she's pretty smart to see all this going on.
Well, no.
He
Well, I
was.
wouldn't have taken the punishment either. I'll be honest. I would have. I would have taken.
I would have traded for anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's my
I don't
first
know.
season too, Chris, so I get it.
Well, Chris, I'm just going to be honest with you. This is not a normal season. Oh crap. I'm so lost. We forgot to do some things. I want to thank all my listeners on Radio X or Dare Media. Good morning to, I think it's good afternoon. Good afternoon to you in Hawaii, or good morning in Perth. Welcome. You're listening to the Big Chat, where we talk about CBS's Big Brother. And I was a few minutes late because, well, the computer shit itself. And I'm so frustrated by this episode.
I was
USA
yelling
players
at the
stink.
TV because of how stupid they were.
Yeah. So Chris says this is his first full season and he doesn't understand these game decisions. Why did Lauren and Morgan both vote to evict their man? I don't understand.
We don't understand that either. We really don't.
I'm going to be honest. This is this was the best week of the house so far, followed by stupidity. So this has not been your typical season in Big Brother. Some seasons they all gang up and tag team the old folks, the outcasts, and then it's the big group that runs the show, and then they just pick off each other one by one, which is good. And then other seasons they pick up with a partner and they stay together, and then when it gets down to the end, they pick their partner off. Whomever, best person wins. But this season, every week, even this week, we have voted out one of our alliance members. Of course, it was really hard with two of them on the block, so it was really
I would have
hard.
voted off Vince, though, because of the fact that he was...
Yeah, but remember, we're the only show that's covered this. Vince is a psychologist, or at least a psychotherapist, and he is playing them. He's going to win this. And Will got the trip from Zach and then stabs him in the back. No, Will voted for Zach. It was Will and Rachel were the only two that voted to keep Zach.
He voted for Zach to be eliminated.
Oh, I thought
he said, I have to sadly vote for Zach. He voted for Zach to be eliminated after Zach gave him the trip.
Who were the two votes?
I don't remember who voted for him, but he voted for Zach.
Hold on a minute. I think Mickey was pushing for Zach to go. And once Lauren and Morgan knew they didn't have the votes, they didn't want to piss her off. Well, we're going to talk about her because this has been a frustrating season. Hold on,
why didn't she do better when she was HOH last week?
Mickey?
Yeah, she did a shitty job as it.
She got a big swollen head.
And now she's trying to take over other people's.
Yeah, that's not going to last if Rachel gets in power. Let's see. Does it have Keanu? Where are the votes?
And I kind of feel sorry for Ava because Keanu's going to be out to get her now.
Yeah. Yes. So where are the... I thought someone...
But, I don't... Well, maybe not, because he did say they did talk, and she said that she only did that because they got in that fight.
Yeah, and she played it up.
And they both said no hard feelings.
And by the way, the curse still continues. First one in the house never wins. No, he should have, and he knew this.
He had the 10 grand that he could have gave Ava to say.
Yep. I'm trying to find the votes because I got so flustered I forgot all of it. So
When it got to that point, I was already annoyed and irritated by this episode because.
So let's go back because we really aren't doing our listeners in Australia a great justice because
But Julie didn't. I don't think Julie told him anybody who voted against him. So they may bring him back because Julie didn't say to him who anyone voted, who was the ones who.
I'm trying to think who did. I'm having brain cramps here.
Yeah, he thought Will voted to save him, but he didn't.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, for some reason I did too. Where is? I know I got this somewhere, but so let's go back because we didn't cover last night's episode. So the veto competition was where you slide, kind of like shuffleboard. You slide the disc and get on the number where you think that you will be. What was it? The highest, because lowest gets kicked out. And the thing about this board was that it didn't always keep the what you call it, the numbers on the screen. It would turn them off. So when you go to slide it, you'd have to remember where everything was. So and it got down to first. So I'm trying to think who was the first eliminated. Hold on, I can pull all this up. I actually know what I'm doing here.
It was
so
Will.
Yeah, Will won it out quick. So
yeah, Will didn't want to.
Yeah, he didn't want to win, but he didn't want a punishment either. So Chris says, I'm sorry, Australia. I'm so damn frustrated right now. I apologize to you all, and especially to my friends in Alice Springs. It was Will and Rachel. See, that's what I thought. I thought that they voted to keep Zach.
Are you sure? Because
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because I swear he said that he voted for Zach.
No, I'm trying to find it, but yeah, I was pretty sure that was correct. So, but yeah, so I'm sure too. All right, well, I'm going to pay attention to this. So the way the contest works, it was the what would we call it? The white elephant Christmas.
Oh, I guess I was wrong. Will and Rachel voted to keep him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So because that was the only two votes he had. So they exchanged things that they won. They had to open up a briefcase, and whatever was in the briefcase is what they won, but they could exchange it with somebody else. And of course, everybody was exchanging to get the power of veto. And Katherine was the last one. And like you were saying, Vince was like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. He was begging her.
Don't keep me home. Don't send me home.
Yeah, don't send me home. Please don't send me home. I've got Mom's attic to go to. No, wait, that's me. But so yeah. So he was struggling. Yeah, I don't know where he is. But she took the power of veto. And then during the course of the few days between now and the veto, or then in the veto meeting, we learned Rylie and her were voting together. Shocker. And Rylie would flip-flop on who he was. But I mean, I will say, you always say, no, man, I got you. You got my vote. No matter, who it is, you're saying that to. So yeah. So I get that. And we'll talk about the Rylie creepiness as we go here. So
I'm going to marry you outside when we get out of here.
Yeah, but remind me, I commented on her aunt's post. So Yeah. So she didn't use the power of veto, so that left them up there on the block. So that means we had to, yeah, as Brad bit to you. So we had to watch the blockbuster, which was kind of like what's the name of the game? Bejeweled, where you move, where you have 3 or 4 rows of colors, and you can only move one at a time, and you can't set them on the floor.
I was getting so mad at that situation because
yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the costumes. So Vince was the egg detective, and that was kind of a cheesy bit they did with him. And then Keanu was the butler, where he had to make pigs in a blanket and serve them to people.
Did you see how like it was any time of day that voice came on the speaker, like it had him wake up and go make pigs in the blankets for Rylie. Rylie was asleep and he wakes up Rylie and he's like, "Did they make you do that to me?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No,
I'm good."
and then rolls over and goes back to sleep. I probably would have did that too. Rolled over and gone back to sleep.
I don't want your wiener. Yeah, so
I mean, and he was in the
Oh, and they did it
shower
in
when
the
it's time
shower,
to get him
yep.
to do it.
Yep. And then Rachel, we did finally get to see Rachel and Zach's punishment, and that was priceless. They had all these
All the
bags of
glue
money in the
flying.
bank, and they had to find the 4 correct ones to have the money in the bank. And if you were wrong, you got slimed, and they got slimed a lot.
A lot, yeah.
A
And then
lot.
they had to sit in the jail and wait for the
That's right. Yeah, they had to sit in jail, and that contest went for like 12 hours. So
That would make sense, Chris. He says that I think they sent him to Rylie to see if Katherine was sleeping with him.
could be.
Makes sense, but
It
I don't
could.
know. Was she sleeping with him?
No,
I didn't even see that.
no. I think he was all alone. He was in his single bed. So
But
I
that
don't know
don't
where
mean
she was.
anything.
Yeah, that's true. She could have been cuddled with him. So all right.
I mean,
So
they didn't really show that.
yeah, this week we've had to endure. They've kissed more.
Ugh. And they called each other girlfriend and boy. Ugh.
Yes, but she said, "What if I break up with you?"
I mentioned this on Sunday.
And he was like, "No, that's not going to happen. I'm going to marry
Like,
you."
well, what if we break up while we're in here? And he's like, no, that's not going to happen.
So her aunt posted in one of the Big Brother chats on Facebook that she was concerned about her niece because this was uncharacteristic personality for her, and that she wasn't like this, and she was worried about her.
Makes you wonder if she's on some type of medication that she's supposed to be taking that she's not taking. Katherine, are you not taking your medication properly? Please take your medication so that you could wake up and see what type of person he really is. Look at his ugly tattoo on his chest.
Zombie Batman Jesus. Now, come on now. All women think that they can fix the guy. So maybe
I wouldn't even want to try to fix that guy.
Well, I wouldn't either. I mean, not that I'm into that, but even if I was, he would definitely not be my first choice. So, and then she apologized to her family. Yes, I did catch it. Katherine apologized to her family.
She was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's on live TV."
Well, hopefully next week she doesn't have to apologize for giving a blowjob. So.
Oh my God. I really will throw up if that happens.
He has needs. Yeah. What did Kat do? I forgot. What was her job outside of in the real world? Do you remember?
I don't know, but I can look it up real fast.
She's a waitress.
Oh.
From my county in Georgia. And she's from Metro Atlanta. So
like, okay, so on the blockbuster night. You were watching Vince, and I was watching Zach.
Yes. So yeah, blockbuster. I was so focused on Vince, and I was like, "No, move that one, Jesus!" And you were.
That's how I was on Zach. Like Zach moved everything off the red pole. On the top of one stack, he had a red block. Then he took a green or a blue block and put it in the red slot. And I'm like, the red's right there. Why are you not putting red there?
What are you
doing?
Like, what
are you doing? Are you really this stupid?
Oh, we've pretty much discovered he is.
You fat blood idiot.
I mean, and then okay, he had the 10 grand. He could have saved himself from having to show the world how stupid he was.
Yeah, but he said there was no way in hell that he would give the money to Ava.
No, he didn't want to do that because he knew who she was going to put up if he came off.
The Big Brother gods wouldn't allow any other outcome after being dumb. True. So, if in case anyone is wondering,
we didn't even watch Keanu, but then here he comes strolling up.
And I looked at it back on Twitter or on X, and Keanu actually stood back and looked at him, and he was doing this. And then after he was done, he walked up and kind of looked around,
looked at him, and then pressed the button.
Yeah, he like walked up and looked around and was like, "Really?" and hit the button. Yeah. I did not have Keanu picked for that comp. I really didn't, because he is typically slow. But apparently we've not given him enough credit.
Well, he is a Dungeons and Dragons master, so
it's a game, yeah. So he's won 3 vetoes back to back, and now the blockbuster. He can't get rid of him. He's like a cockroach.
He ain't going nowhere. Not anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. He did look confused. He was behind, and I thought, no, he's got no chance. But yeah, I watched it back on X, and he literally pulled back and stood there, and he did the whole "I'm moving it in my head" thing, and apparently that worked because the other 2 were Dumb and Dumber. So
they were so stupid. Oh my God.
Well, like I said, I was watching Zach. I was watching Vince because I was like, yeah, this dude's got this. Come on, he's got this.
I was watching Zach because, well, I was like, okay, it's not that hard of a thing to do. And I saw him clear the red and put the red on the top. And I was like, okay, so he's going to get the red. And then he had 2 yellows in the stack. And then he puts a green and all that instead of putting the yellow that was on the other stack on the yellow. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Michael Ewing says Keanu to me is like another Cameron from 25. I don't think he's that obnoxious, but yeah, he's pretty close. I think Keanu is just extremely confident in himself.
Well, that confidence is doing something because he hasn't got eliminated yet, and he keeps winning.
Yeah.
So
in this week, Vince did something, or not Vince, Zach did something else that pissed off the fan base. Not the floaters, the actual ones who are not the casuals, the ones that watch the feeds. He was talking to the camera and was begging America to give him a power.
How would we give him a power? He had the power. He had the 10 grand already.
Zach was in panic mode and flustered from the pressure.
But he could have saved himself if he would have. Oh my God.
I mean, I will say he was a nice guy for giving Will the vacation. That was very nice of him.
And okay, so Ava was like, I don't know if they would have allowed it, Big Brother, but Ava really wanted to remove Zach and put, what is her name?
Morgan?
Yeah, wanted to remove Zach and put Morgan on the block.
Well, yeah, if Katherine had used her veto, she would have had to have picked somebody. And
well,
so
that was like, Morgan was her backup. Morgan,
yeah.
She said Morgan was after the crap Morgan was talking.
And then here Morgan doesn't even think he liked her. And I'm still not clear if he does or not, or if he was just trying to play her. with
He
that.
was trying to play her because he didn't like Morgan. He liked Lauren.
And somebody said on one of the other podcasts that every woman in there was in love with him.
Ava's not.
Yeah, I think Ava's not, but I'm pretty sure probably Mickey and Ashley, and of course we know Morgan is, and Lauren. I'm not 100%.
Exactly. Who's Lauren?
Yeah.
Didn't Lauren get?
Yeah, she has successfully had her HOH, fucked it up completely, and now she's back to being wallpaper. So
Like, I didn't even really see her much in this episode.
I saw her hugging him at the end and crying. So yeah, she didn't get much screen time, which to me, I would have thought if he would have thought he was going out, he would have been all lovey-dovey with her, but
he was all around Morgan most of the time.
yeah. I
don't know how good that was after Morgan ran her mouth to Will about Ava.
Yeah. So far, the only player to make big moves has been Ava. Kudos to her. She got a big player out. It wasn't her initial target, but she kind of did the shotgun approach and one stuck on the wall. So good on her. But yeah, it's the first HOH this season where it's not been a total cluster for the HOH.
Yeah, because we'll see Zach and Vince and Keanu, none of them were in her circle. So she didn't. And like, did you see how when Mickey came in there and tried to convince her not to put Morgan up as the backup, she's like, I already gave you Ashley. We're not doing another one.
Oh, I pray Ava goes far. Yeah. So talking about Mickey, oh my God.
Yes, Morgan's face. Morgan was just.
Yeah, I did catch that. I was like, ooh, because nobody expected that. Because they were like, Keanu's slow. He doesn't move around so much. So Chris said, go back and watch the horror on Morgan's face when they announced Keanu won and she had to evict one of the two boys.
It was me.
So, yeah, Mickey is pissing everybody off in the house.
I see Mickey getting put on the block.
Oh, yeah, she's headed on the block.
And, I mean, Ava may get put up if Keanu wins.
Yeah.
But if Ava gets put up, I see Will trying to.
This is how you know you're being targeted. They put Kelly, Ava, and Mickey up.
Well, I don't think Kelly really wasn't much in the scene this time. She stepped back a little and trying to stay out of everything.
Yep.
The only time I really saw her was at the end when she was crying. This week, and like Katherine's trying to step up and show she's a person on her own without without Rylie.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. And she's not his sidekick.
Yeah. So
she's not the sidekick. She's the piece of ass.
Well, that's yet to be determined. Mickey and Rachel are going to be a showdown. Yes, they are. And when we first started the season, I thought, I think I might like Mickey. And then I hated Mickey. Then I kind of liked Mickey. Now I'm back to hating Mickey. So, see, that's the way the season goes.
I don't really think I liked Mickey all that much.
I thought I would, but
like, have you noticed Ashley's kind of stepped back too? Like, she was in a few scenes, but not.
Yeah, she's learning to keep her mouth shut, which is smart because up to this week, everybody was like, "Get out, Ashley." So, and I think that's going to change.
About Ashley.
Yeah, I think. Well, Ava was going to, but I think.
Well, Ava told
Mickey out.
Yeah, she told Mickey. She said, "I already gave you Ashley." And Ava, I love that girl. Like, she's my favorite now. But she kept making herself seem like she's crazy, which nothing's wrong with crazy. I'm crazy and everybody's crazy. But she kept like talking to the camera all like,
Well, she didn't have or she didn't have many opportunities to be alone, because when she was alone, somebody would try and be up there. And even at night, Vince would go up there and like cry to her, and she's like, go away. So
Chris, I'm not a big Ashley fan. I never was a big Ashley fan from the get-go.
yeah, Chris says Ashley has won over me, and I guess a lot of people just because Will thinks so highly of her.
He doesn't think as highly as you think he does because of the whole peeing on everything.
Yeah. Well, she's a ditz. She's probably a smart ditz, but
I mean, Will's closer to Ava than
she didn't know who
anybody
Clark
in there.
Kent was. She didn't know who Clark Kent was. Come on, man.
But yeah, Will's close to Ava. Like him and Ava are like that.
Yes. Him and Ava are tight.
I thought it was funny how when Zach came in to talk to Ava, she's like, go hide. And he was in the bathroom hiding. And he's like, I hope he doesn't have to use the bathroom.
Yes, this will be awkward. What are you doing in here? I was dropping a deuce.
I was going to take a shower because he was in the shower.
Yeah.
With your clothes on? Yeah, why not? I'm doing laundry and I'm taking a shower all at once.
Yeah, nobody wants to get naked in the Big Brother house, so.
Except Rylie and Rylie, he's always showing off his ugly tattoo.
Yeah, put that
Rylie,
away.
if you're watching this, what were you thinking when you got that ugly tattoo? Seriously? Let us know. We inquiring minds want to know. What were you thinking? Were you drunk or were you high?
I already have a plan on asking Kat lots of questions if I get to. So, and I pray I do, because I have so many questions. What the hell were you thinking?
It's like, were you turned on by that ugly tattoo? Did it just do numbers for you? Oh my God.
Daddy issues? I don't know.
No, I don't think she does, because her stepmother said that he would never be a part of their family.
John says that tattoo was done backstage at a rodeo. And apparently I saw a picture of him somewhere
I think
online.
it was done in prison as a stab and poke.
On the back, on the back of him, he has just
that's what where they take the needle and the ink and just.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, he apparently has one just as bad on his back. So
if I have to choose one, Chris said I would say tattoos over seeing the boner again.
That's it.
Why does everybody want to see my schlong?
Well, you know, the producers of Big Brother are going to most likely get that on camera a couple more times before he gets evicted.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it did bring in good ratings.
Oh yeah, it got the live feeders all worked up. So
it was on TV too.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently he's hung like an elephant. So
well, when he was clapping it on his thigh.
He was clapping his hands. Come on. Even I can do
that. With your hands in the air.
We used to, I don't know that I should tell this, but we had a guy in the firehouse that would love to show himself off to everyone. And it was a rite of passage. He would open up your bedroom door at night, bend over, moon you, and then rock back and forth so much that his balls were slapping his ass and his groin, and it sounded as though someone was clapping. So once that happens, you were no longer a rookie. So
wow. Wow.
Right.
That's
And
all I have to
boys will
say.
be
It's
boys.
wow.
Boys will be boys. And I'm like, put that away. Oh, yeah. So maybe that's what he was doing. Maybe. I don't know.
No, he was. I'm still here. My camera. Hold on. He was clapping his against his thighs.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I was thinking it was his hands because I don't want that image. So.
Okay. I watched the live feed. His hands were in the air.
Oh, okay. All right.
He said, "Put your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care." And that's what he was doing.
Well, I guess as a cowboy, it makes him fall down. So
He needs that to help keep him on the horse.
he ties it along or on the saddle horn. That's why it's so long, because it's gotten caught on the saddle horn. That's the reason it's been stretched. There
We
you
are
go.
sorry, viewers.
There's an image for you.
Oh my God. Chris said I would just keep the rookie designated to if I had a choice.
You didn't. You were attacked in the middle of the night, usually after coming back from a call at 3 a.m. and it was a blindside. And occasionally he'd just do it to you just to do it to you. So yeah. Yeah. That was, it was a rite of passage. So yeah, I guess it is possible that that's what he was doing.
On TikTok, there's these videos where like the guy puts a pan over his and then does this, and you hear it go like that in the pan. That's what every time I see that clip, it reminds me of, where he's got his hands up and he's shaking it.
These are images I didn't want, Harley. Now I'm just questioning why you're searching for this on the talk. So
I am not. They just kind of come on my feeds.
Oh, so yeah. His arrogance was so much that was the reason I wanted him out, because he was so arrogant. And then when he begged for another power, America's you already got a power. Use it, you dumbass. So I don't think I've finished my sentence, but if you're not a Big Brother longtime viewer or fan, you may wonder if this was the dumbest move ever. Well, there was one that this probably rivaled, but I think this one was dumber. A person, we're down to 4 people, and the person, Marcel, won the power of veto and decided not to use it on themselves, and then was evicted.
That's stupid.
He didn't want to see the other person go on the block. So he did like a Zach. So
I don't want to give her the money, and I don't want Morgan to go on the block, but I don't want to.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, the other perk though is he can be put back together with his boyfriend Zay. So
Lauren asking to be evicted, thinking he would come back with the power, was worse too.
Yes. Yeah, they were like, "Oh no, what's your power? I'll go up, and then you can bring me back." Yeah, that didn't work either. So, and why are you begging for a power when you already had one, dumbass?
He had a power. Why?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, well, today is supposed to be the tonight is, I should say, supposed to be the wall comp, and usually they are quite long, and a lot of times here lately they would let us peek in on them. They owe it to us, really, because
after dealing with the stupidity we dealt with today.
After this week, we do deserve something after having to. I really thought it was going to be a good week.
I mean, Ava was awesome this week.
Ava was, yes, I agree. Ava's my girl. I am a fan
And
of
I
Ava,
love
and I'm a fan of
Ava. Ava and
Vince.
Will are my favorite.
I think Vince and Ava are mine, but I like Will a lot too. Ashley's
I don't
growing on
like
me.
Vince though. Vince is shady, and
But that's Big Brother.
I know, but I like Ava and Will. I think they're my favorites.
I mean, I love you to death, but I'd step on your throat for $750,000. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
No. I'd go in cahoots with you, and I'd let myself be evicted, and we'll split it.
They've talked about that in past seasons, and that's against the rules. So,
Well, I'd go home, and then we'd split it.
yeah. Yeah.
What
So-
happens after the money hits the bank, they don't know.
Okay, so he won 10 grand. He's single. He's going to end up paying a third of that in damn taxes. Plus what he's made. He's going to be I-99 for that. I think they make like $1,500 a week. So
Because
he's going to walk away with less than 50 grand. Probably around 50 grand. And then after he's taxed, probably about 20.
20, if not 15.
Yeah. He's single. Who knows? And I don't know what state he lives in. So he may have a state income tax too. So
I know here in Ohio we have federal, state, and city.
mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of places are like that. So's Georgia. So I don't live in a city. I live in a county, luckily, but
Well,
they still tax the shit
I
out
live
of
in
me.
the suburbs, but I still have. But see, mine, because I work in the city I live in and live in the same city, it cancels itself out.
That makes a difference. Okay.
Yeah, if you like, okay, so I live in Parma. If you live in Parma and work in Cleveland, you have to pay taxes for both.
Really?
But if you work in Parma and live in Parma, well, if you work in Parma and live in like Cleveland, or you live in Parma and work in Cleveland, you have to pay Parma for the working in a different city.
That seems illegal, but Ohio John says Vince is too whiny. At least Keanu embraces having his back against the wall, except when his butt was too big. So
I don't think his butt would have let him stay on that wall.
can we replace the old I don't know shrug of Keanu with a picture of him and his huge ass? I tried to find a good one. I couldn't find one. I'm sure there's one.
They
out
didn't
there.
have, and they might have more now, but when we looked last week for Sunday show, and when we first talked about it, they didn't have it out.
Yeah, I looked to see, because I wanted the picture of when they were all wearing their suit. Was going to put all three of them on the cover of it with them all three in suits, but I couldn't find one of Keanu in the suit. So I was like, all right, well, guess we'll do that. So that's why I just went with the old shrug, because, well, Keanu, what the hell? Let's see. Let me find some pictures here, because that's what we want to do. So all right, we'll start here. And then we'll just move our way forward. Oh, got to move that over here. And he is like a boss. So yeah, there you go. He didn't have the butt on while he was doing this, though.
I don't think it would have been that easy with the butt on. Did Vince take it? I think Vince took his egg off too to do it.
Yeah, Vince didn't have his egg on. Chris says it's going to be interesting to see where Lauren gravitates to now with Zach gone. Yeah, it is. Let's see here. There was another one of him. Yeah, here it is. You can see Vince over here. He almost had it. I don't know what he was doing when he didn't have move that green one over there earlier, but whatever. So, and yes, Julie slapped him. He deserved it. He's like, what do I got something on my face? Yeah. And this is an old still from Julie slapping Marcel after he didn't use the power of veto.
I remember Marcel.
Yeah.
But what season was Marcel in?
I think it was 3. So
then yeah, I watched that one because I remember Marcel. The egg costume. He said he liked the egg costume because he could go and hide in it and be alone.
Yeah. Nobody looks happy in this picture.
Well,
Nobody.
would you be happy? I would have because I'm not there to make friends.
First one in. Yes, first one in. Yep, you get kicked out. He was hugging Ava because he knew. Oh yeah, we saw that. And
Yeah, but he was
this is the
hugging Ava,
person.
but he did go back. The look on his face as he's hugging her was pure, like, detest.
You bitch.
Keanu looking all smug back there.
But you know, he could have saved himself. And so now they're saying that there's a curse being on the left side of the memory wall. So we still don't know if this down here is going to be anything. What happened to the mastermind?
I don't
Where's
know.
he? I was looking for him to come and screw this up. So
Yeah, left side's pretty much.
yeah. Hopefully it'll continue and we'll get Mickey out. So
No, because Ava's on the left side.
well, we'll get Ava. Yeah, we can end it with Ava, then Lauren, and then you can't touch that side anymore. So that's my girl. So
Chris says, poor Ava is an emotional wreck every time someone is eliminated, but I think with her, it's actually genuine. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Ava's our little flower child, and she's always in her feelings.
Yes.
Except this week, she got angry.
Well, do you blame her?
No.
I guess that's all the pictures I downloaded. So yeah, I was going to use this one, but I wasn't sure that he would get eliminated. So that was going to be my cover for the show, but I was like, I don't know if he's going to be eliminated or not. So I did.
Well, he was. So
yeah. See, I wanted a picture of Keanu in his costume, like these two, but couldn't find one. So, oh well.
But I still think it was nice that Zach gave Will the vacation to London.
It was very nice. I suspect that Will's probably a really good guy, but I mean not Will, Zach is a very good guy.
Yeah, because he gave it to him because he was a good guy, and he said that he didn't get to basically do anything for his anniversary, so he's going to let him have it.
Which is nice. So I don't know. I really think Zach's probably a good kid, but
he just doesn't know how to play the game.
No. And he, like I said, he got too caught up in his emotions with, I'm not going to give her the money. He was so pissed about that. But, you know, mathematically, let's look at it as a business decision. $10,000. You make $1,500 a week. If you make it to jury, you're going to get that $10,000 back. So it's like you didn't lose anything.
Exactly.
But yeah, he wasn't thinking that way. And the scary thing is he wasn't even thinking with his member.
He just wasn't using his brain, period.
Yeah, no. He just, yeah. So yeah, that'll probably go down as the biggest blunder in Big Brother history. Somewhere Marcella's going, thank you. So
Chris said he thought all the women loved him, so why give up the money? Arrogance. Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
He thought everyone was going to just vote to keep him.
Yeah, but you know, Mickey was the one that gave him the truth of all people.
Yeah, when he was asked, well, who do you think this is going to be? Who are they saying is going to be up on the block? And she's like, you.
It had to be you. Yeah. He shouldn't, but I think it was too late then.
Yeah.
So wait till it gets around the house that he had a power and didn't use it. So all the powers are flushed now. There are no powers left unless the mastermind comes up with something stupid that we don't know about. So
what's your opinion? Should I move the skulls down?
Yeah, move them down because you can only see their teeth. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I might move it down to where the skulls are.
yeah, do that. I like that. Will be better. So I'm always for women pulling their clothing down. So I'm with that. So. Oh mercy. So yeah, that was the episode. We were both so flustered that I just
So who do you want? Who do you hope wins HOH this week?
that's a good question. Rachel needs to win one.
I'd like to see Will win.
Yeah.
Rachel needs to.
Yeah, Rachel needs to.
So now Morgan, Ashley, Will, and Rachel all seem to have seen the manipulated person Mickey has become. Yes, and I see Mickey going up for elimination if she does not win HOH again.
Yeah, she doesn't win. I don't know that there's one person that
Will
wouldn't
save
put
her.
up. Yeah, I don't know that there's one that wouldn't put her up.
Because she was having a conversation with Ashley, and she goes, well, I'll get back to you, and you could just go along with what I tell everyone to do. That's not how it works there, honey.
Yeah, she says, I thought we were a team. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. So, Ohio John says, I wonder if Will thinks the heat is finally off him for a bit and will throw the HOH. He's still in good shape. I don't think anybody would put him up unless it was a pawn, and I see that probably going back to Kelly. So, yeah, I will let you know what I think then. I see Kelly being a pawn. I think the next two people
That'd
definitely
be interesting
would
to see Kelly win HOH.
Yeah, it would be, but it would be another one like Ava, where
or if Keanu won HOH.
If he won HOH, yeah, definitely Ava, probably Rachel. Well, no, he would backdoor Rachel, would be my guess. Even though they seem to have decided now to work together, which is kind of odd. But is that just convenience, or is that genuine?
Allies by convenience.
But let's also think about this. Short of this week, anyone that's close to Rachel has been kicked. So short of this week. So if he doesn't win and they're back to them, yes. We said the same thing. We were celebrating the same thing. Woohoo! Zach is done. So yeah, if Keanu,
if Katherine got HOH, Chris, Rylie would be making the decisions for her.
Yes, I agree there. Mickey would definitely be up.
And yes, Rylie would be in the big bed too with her. But Rylie would be making the decisions.
You think he'd be up there?
I think he would.
He'd try.
I think he would try to force his way in there.
Ooh, that's creepy enough.
Yeah. But he would be making the decisions for her. She would not make the decisions herself.
Yeah, I agree.
And Mickey would definitely be on the block.
Yes, Mickey. Well, I think Mickey's going to see.
So, yeah, I think Katherine will throw HOH.
Yeah.
But then again, she might not, because she did say that she wants to make a name for herself as not being the sidekick.
Yeah, I think she'll probably throw it.
Yeah, I think she'll throw it.
Well, if it's the wall comp, well, so let's say it is the wall comp. Now, are you familiar with the wall comp, Harley?
Where they have to stand on that little plank for long hours, and then each time they throw more things at you. And
yep, they turn the AC fans on you and get you cold and spray you with water and
make it miserable.
Yeah. It's one where Mickey, when he was up there, pissed himself. I'm trying to think. Last year, Tucker, he almost got knocked off. He got shot in the ball. One of the paint things didn't quite open up, and he got shot in the nuts with a fairly large paintball. But he stayed up
John
there.
said Julie usually always announces the wall.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And she always announces the double eviction as well. So that I was waiting on that to come up at the end of the show. Next week's the double eviction. But next week is OTEV. It would probably be better to have the wall after OTEV. So who do you think OTEV's going to be? Are you familiar with OTEV?
No.
So OTEV is veto spelled backwards. And every year it's some kind of animal or creature or alien. And you have to, everybody starts as playing veto at the top of the waterfall. You have to slide down the waterfall when he tells you to, and he asks you a question, and you have to find the correct piece in the mud, in the muck, in the dirt. And then you have to climb back up the waterfall and sit down. And each time there's one less chair. So you can be eliminated by not having the correct answer or not having a spot to sit. So it's a very good comp. She was trying to step out and make a name for herself with that seductive dress she wore to announce that she wouldn't use the veto. I didn't catch it. Was it really that good?
Yeah, it was pretty seductive.
Oh, okay. See,
but he's the first one to not use the veto this season, but most of the vetoes have been Keanu winning anyways.
Yeah.
So.
And there was talk this week. Rachel was trying. Well, no, she wasn't trying. I guess she did. He was going to throw the blockbuster to Vince, and he was going to stay on the block against Zach. And Rachel was like, no, don't do that. They will vote you out. He's like, they won't know. He's like, they will vote you out. That would have given him a reason not to have to decide in between the two.
Because they already didn't want to choose between Vince and Zach.
Yeah. Yeah. Keanu would have been easy. So Rachel must have talked about it.
He wasn't trying in the first place and still won against the two dumbasses.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear on the live feeds him talking about how he did try it or he didn't try. So yeah, don't worry about their brown bachelor. We will block you. So
we're good with our views. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how to block him, but
you can't. You have to go through Twitch and do it.
Oh, okay. Ohio John says, I don't think he would have done that. He's too much of a competitor. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Maybe he was just trying to feel Rachel out to see what she would say.
See if she was on his side or not.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know if they're actually teaming up because he apologized for being mean to her this week. And she's like, you were mean to me? He's like, yeah, I was mean to you. She's like, oh, I just thought that's the way you were. I don't know which is worse. So, yeah, he apologized to her for being mean. So I don't know if that's a convenience that they're going to align because remember, he's going to pick them off one by one by one.
Oh, my gosh.
So far, he hasn't picked anybody off. He's only picked himself off the block every week.
Yeah.
So, which, hey.
Well, and then he was talking to Vince about if he won veto, using it on him. But, he wasn't going to do that.
No. But other house guests have done it. Tucker last year. Good Lord. Tucker used it on other people besides for himself and still stayed in the house for.
Yeah, but this week they would have evicted Keanu if he wouldn't have won the blockbuster or the veto challenge.
Yeah, if it had been between Keanu and any of the others, he was gone. So, but
yeah, there was.
Yeah. So, well, if it's not a wall comp, they spent most of the week building the comp because they closed the back door off. So the other comp, and I haven't seen it in a while, where they have like little bottles of water and they have a slip and slide from one end of the backyard to the other end, and they have to fill up the jug or the keg or whatever and then get a ball out when it reaches the top. That one I haven't seen yet this season. And that's really, and they do the same thing while you're trying to win that. They shoot paint on you, they freeze you. That one, that one's anyone's game. I would say Morgan, she's the track star. She would probably have the best odds, I would think, if they do that one.
Yeah.
I also think she'd probably have the best odds, her and Lauren, on the wall. And Rylie, since he's a cowboy and he's been used to being thrown on his head and holding on. So did you ever say who you wanted to win this week?
I'd like to see Will win, but I see him throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see Rachel.
Yeah, I think I would like to see Rachel win. I'd like to see the cat fight, or if it is, I can't wait to see the cat fight between her and Mickey.
The chaos, yep.
Yeah.
Because Mickey's going to try to take over and tell her what to do, and she's going to be like...
You don't come for the queen.
No.
You don't come for the queen. So, yeah. Yeah. Ohio John says, Keanu and Rachel will be the best TV, and we will learn the real dynamic between them. You're probably right. It would actually be, I think it would be good for the two of them to work together.
Yeah.
Those two made it to final two. I think Rachel would still win, but they could get each other there.
Well, I don't honestly want to see Rachel win, but I don't know. I'd love to see Ava win.
I would like to see her win so that what's her name? Blondie. Christine? No, that's not her name.
Lauren.
No, the one from 2 seasons ago and the reindeer games, and her, the nurse from Michigan, so that she put something in her pie hole. So
Chris said, I'd like to see Kelly win just because everyone would be shitting bricks.
Yeah, they wouldn't know what to do.
Frenzel,
that's correct. Yes. Yeah, she was, I hated her. I hated after
Nicole
what she did to
Frenzel.
Asian. Yeah, Nicole Frenzel. I hated her after what she did to Asian James. Hated her. He had that contest and she cried, oh, I want to see my family and I'll never put you up and blah, blah, blah. And so he dropped. She won HOH and then proceeded to put him on the block.
Of course.
I don't think he got evicted that week, but that was still shitty. So, yeah, I can't believe Victor married her. I can't believe Victor is a state police officer. He's a state trooper in, Michigan. I can't believe that. But, yeah, he's right. And now he was another one that couldn't get out of the house. He won his way back in, I don't remember, like 3 or 4 times, like Paul did. Paul did too. And so did... the soldier guy that married the professional escort. They got like 3 kids now. So, are you a fan of The Amazing Race by any chance, Harley?
I was at one time.
Okay. Well, you saw that this season's Amazing Race is all former house guests and their family or significant other. And so I don't know that I'll watch it, but I might. I wish that they would do it a little bit different. I wish we would have some, like, now that everything's on a paywall, I wish they would do like a weekly blooper show or something for that, where they show like a behind the scenes. I would be for that. I think that would spice that show up and they would probably get more viewers. They're trying to get viewers, obviously, by putting the Big Brother on there. And I hope, and I know we're talking about this in August, almost September, but I hope they bring reindeer games back. That was like a 6-week competition between, I think there was only like 6 people. And
Wow, we are halfway through August.
yeah. And that Franzel won that one too. But I hope they bring that back. I would actually like to see him do one year did a entire internet only show. I think it was, and I was never a fan of Celebrity Big Brother. I mean, it was okay, but it was just okay. You know, they weren't all vested in it. Some were there just to try and restart their careers. Some were there because they didn't know why they were there. Oh, that was the basketball player. What was his name? World Peace, or I don't know his name, but he tried to walk out several times because he didn't know why he was there. So, yeah, I hope they bring back reindeer games, and I really wouldn't mind seeing them do another Big Brother Over the Top, which was the internet only. And I'll reach out to Cornbread again if he hasn't blocked me. So I did actually talk to him, but yeah. So speaking of talking to house guests, I've actually talked to several of them. Yes, Over the Top was great. It really was over the top. I've talked to several of them. One of them wanted me to pay her $100 to come on. It wasn't Franzel. I wouldn't have asked her. So one of them wanted $100 to come on. I was like, you do realize that I got like 2 viewers. So, you know, I mean, I got more than that, obviously, but you know, I was like, no, thanks. You weren't that famous. So then I had Steve. He was the New York police officer. He came on last year. Was it last year or the year before he came on? And we had a good conversation with him. And I've talked to several of the other house guests. The one I really wanted to get, she was one of the few players that self-evicted, and she did it because she was being bullied. And she had severe PTSD. She was an ex-Navy veteran, or she was an it would be right, an ex-Navy veteran. And she had said she would come on, but she never would firm up a date. So I'm going to reach out to her again. I may reach out to Steve again. He may put a restraining order on me. And somebody mentioned Cameron, and I won't have him, although I know people who have put him in contact with me or knows how to. And then the other guy I tried to get was and I talked to him. Oh gosh, what was his name? He was the one that he lives in Ohio, and he has a farm, and him and his brother run it. And oh gosh, I can't think of his name. I talked to him, but he never would firm up dates either. So I just kind of let it drop last season. So, but I do have next Thursday night, we have a special celebrity guest. It is a house guest. I'll just say she is going to come on, and she is excited to talk everything Big Brother, and her NDA is up. So I'm excited about that. So I can't wait to have her. And also I've talked to Hillbilly. He lives right here in Smoky Mountains, and he just has no interest in being on. So, okay. I really wish he would. He's kind of cool. He owns a moonshine company. I can talk to him about other things besides for Big Brother. So I've talked to him. I talked to Frenchie, and Frenchie was just a jerk. So I never followed up with him. Trying to think who else I reached out to. I reached out to a lot of them, and a couple of them answered me back. So it was cool. And then we had the gentleman on that wrote the book about Encyclopedia of Big Brother. We had him on last season. Was it last season? I think so. And he talked about his book, and we got some information about behind the scenes. And he's been kind of shunned by some of the house guests because he's revealed things that they weren't supposed to say, because they have an NDA that lasts for about 5 years, and they can't say anything. And then even after they're off the NDA, they're kind of frowned upon by CBS if they say anything. So, hello, Kelly. We are doing great. I hope you're having a wonderful night, Kelly.
We are good.
We are. So we're trying. We will have a ex-house guest next week. I'm excited because I have so many questions for her, and I actually have a connection to her season that's personal. So anybody that follows me regularly, that might be a big hint. So that's kind of cool. It was a good season she was on. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to continue to reach out to people. I've reached out to other podcasters. I haven't talked to Taryn, but I have talked to others. So, yeah. Well, you've auditioned once. Okay. Oh, Johnny Mac. I loved him. I messaged Glenn. He didn't return my call or message because he's a police officer. He's a professional pet walker now that he's retired NYPD. And we sent an email back and forth because, I was a paramedic and I tried to say, hey, it'd be kind of cool to have you come on. And he just kind of dropped it. I would love to get Johnny Mac, but Johnny Mac doesn't answer or return messages. So I can still try though. You never know. Somebody will eventually say, yeah. Oh, hi, John. Sometime if you want to pop on, we'll send you the link and you can hop in here too. So, but yeah, I always welcome that. And last year we had, God, I'm so horrible with names. The swimmer, we had his BFF come on, and that show is still up. Yes, we're talking about Big Brother US. That episode CBS asked me to take down, and I just moved it over to my videos. So, yeah. So it's still up if you want to go back and see it. So. He called in. I clipped it because that was the episode where they were doing the pressure cooker. And we were on that night for like 12 or 14 hours. That was me, JT, and Dina. And we were on forever. I think JT fell asleep on the screen and Dina was fading. So I was like, no, we're going to tough it through this. So.
Well, just so you know, I won't do 12 or 14 hours on screen.
Yeah, well. I don't know that they're going to have that contest again for a while. It's a good one though, especially if they let us watch it. So, and I reached out to another house guest from season 25 too. I'll drop the hint. Anybody that's a Big Brother fan will know. She lives in Atlanta also. So I reached out to her. I don't know. She'll message me back, but we'll see. I just reached out to her the other day. So hopefully, but yeah. But I hope this week, if Will doesn't win, which I doubt he will, he's going to throw it. I'm kind of hoping for Rachel, anybody but Mickey.
Watch Kelly's going to win.
Well, I would be good with Kelly.
Yeah.
I think it would be a sloppy week.
Yep. But we've had a lot of those.
Yeah. I don't want to see Lauren win again. Morgan, I don't know what she'd do. Mickey for sure. But yeah, I don't know.
If Morgan won, she'd put Ava up.
You think? Well,
Yeah.
I guess she kicked your bow out. So yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah.
Ohio John said Kelly or Keanu would definitely win if they did that pressure cooker now.
I agree. Probably Keanu. Yeah, I agree. That would be cool.
We are past our time.
Yeah, we got to rambling, so we had a few extra people in the chat, which I always enjoy. Anybody that's listening, that's allowing us to tickle your ears on Yerg's Radio or Dare Talk Media in Australia, please come over. We have a great chat. We're interactive with our fans. We love to hear from you. Please come over and find us at the Para or Normal Guys, GUYZ. But just search out the Sport Cat shows or the big chat, and you'll find us over here. We love having our fans engage with us. So, and we're growing. We're not the world's biggest. We're probably in the top 5 of 5. So I think there's more than that. So, but I've talked to a couple of the others and they say, yeah, your show's pretty good. I was like, I'm the only one that cusses and says the truth. So,
and we're the only one who's revealed Vince's little secret that they don't seem to talk about.
Yeah, nobody's picked up on that. In the past, some shows have watched, and some things we found out they have went with. So, but this season nobody else has picked it up. So, Taryn, if you're watching, I'm trying to give you something there. So there you go. And I will try. I've already pre-ordered Taryn's book, and as soon as the season's over, and we're no longer competing. Not that I can compete with Taryn because their show's got thousands and thousands of followers. I'm going to try and get him to come on and talk. I think he would be great. And I think he would. He's pretty modest, I think. So, of course, he may go, "You're my competition. You're a jerk. Get out of here." I don't know, but we'll see. I don't think he would. But yeah, anybody, we really want you to come over. And of course, if you come over, we want you to subscribe because I'm at 749. I'm hoping at the end of the show, I'm not at 745. Sometimes things happen. I'm trying to get to the 1,000 so we can get, I don't know, so I can get enough, buy more Mountain Dews every week to keep Mrs. Sport head off my ass. So get monetized. I don't want to get rich off this, but if I'm going to do it, I'd at least like to pay for my Mountain Dew habit. So that.
And also go over to the Asylum with Harley and Joker and subscribe there. We do a lot of awesome stuff on that show too.
Yeah, tell us. You got a show coming up, don't you?
We have one Saturday, and we're going to talk about a continuous of the Annabelle doll story about the dumbass who bought the house. We're going to talk about him. And then Saturday afternoon, Saturday at 5, we have a bracket of some sort. I'm not sure what the music genre is, but
please don't say Led Zeppelin.
No, we're done with that. It's something
God.
different.
Thank God, no more.
I haven't even started listening to that yet for Saturday.
Better get off your duff. I will not be on any shows on Saturday. I plan on resting. So it's the only day I don't do a show. And then Sunday, we will be back at 10 o'clock. We'll probably be a little bit later because Harley has to work. She's not a single mom, but she's a mom and she's got to earn a little bit of side dough there. So she will be coming in late. So we'll probably start about 10:15 or so. So we will update you on everything with the live feeds because I believe it or not, Harley, you've probably watched more live feeds than I have. And I am usually like glued to them through the summer, but I've
followed a lot of like people who's on TikTok, who's watching it, who talk about the live feeds also. So
yeah, I'm active in quite a few groups. So yeah, and I try and follow it. I haven't watched it as much this season as I have in past. So
yeah,
I'm going to get back to that though. So hopefully this week will be better. So I was turned off there for so long with the.
Kelly said, "I've never watched Big Brother US because I'm in the UK. Is it worth watching from the start?" Yes, it is. Or
It
if you
is.
have a recommended season. Well, I just started in season 27, so it's different every season with different casts. So if you'd like to start with season 1, go ahead, or you could go back to season 27 and start watching that from the beginning and catch up to where we are on the show.
Yeah. I would say
they have been, Ohio John. He said live feeds have been cutting off so much this year.
Yeah, I've got him over here on the other screen. Yeah, I would say if I started watching back on one, Derek's season, he was 17. That was a great season. And then 20 through 25 have had some good ones. The Cookout, I was just not a fan. I got turned off on that season. What was that, 23 or 24? I can't remember. I've got it here somewhere. Yeah, I got kind of turned off on that one a little bit.
Yes, Kelly. Big Brother US does have a celebrity version as well as a.
Yeah. Oh no, was it last season?
Ohio John said Derek was 16.
16. Okay. Yeah. 16 was a great season. Derek was amazing. And And yes, they do have a celebrity version, and it's usually kind of meh. It's not bad. Depending on the word, CBS one year went real political with it. That wasn't very good. I wasn't a fan of that. But otherwise, most of the Big Brothers have been pretty good. Who no, this isn't updated yet because last year was a good season. It was the season before that I didn't like. So it was 23 I didn't like. Yeah, so in the 20s it'd be good. 16 is a great season. I have only watched a little bit of the UK version, so and it's a lot different. They do a lot more pomp and circumstance on theirs. So, but I don't think in the UK they have live feeds, do they? I think they just do a weekly show, Kelly. So the live feeds is where it's at, where you get to see the behind the scenes, who's doing what to who, and or in this season, who's not doing what to who. So, yeah, I have watched the UK version, and you had Frankie Grande on one season. I'm sorry, I apologize to that. He was also on Big Brother Canada, I believe. I wasn't a fan of him.
And they had, oh, what is her name? The girl who was on Dance Moms.
I'm drawing a blank.
JoJo Siwa.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah, she was way back. She was like season.
No, she's here recently.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because she left the show. She went on the show being a lesbian and then left and now is in a relationship with one of the guys that was on the show with her. And there's rumors that she's pregnant with him, his baby and everything. Yeah, Kelly said she was on their very last season, the last one.
Okay. All right. Well,
yes, Chris Hugs.
You two know more about this than I do. I was thinking there's another JoJo. Maybe she was further back. That's who I was thinking of, but I'll have to go look. Yeah, the live feeds are where it's at. I really, I don't know that I'd enjoy it so much without the live feeds. I really don't. So, but yeah, Kelly, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. I know in the UK, it's probably, it's late over there, isn't it? So thank you for coming on. I have a clock here somewhere. It tells me the time. I don't know where the hell it went. There, it's over here. So thank you for tuning in. And we are still live in Australia, but I need to kill the feed because, it's taking
4:30 in the morning.
Oh, there. Yes, it is. Holy crap, Kelly. Why are you up so late, Kelly? Why are you up so late?
She could just be waking up.
Yeah, I guess you could be. So, but yeah. 4:30. Oh, God love you, Kelly. Thank you for tuning in. Please come over to the Para Our Normal Guys on YouTube and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So, all right. Well, we will see you all on Sunday. Unfortunately, Kelly, it will be late for you, so you'll have to stay up late or get up early. Whichever. So yeah. And of course, we are also on Dare Talk Radio. It's an internet radio station in Australia. So if you can't get to the YouTubes and you want to listen, you can listen there, and you can listen at Yergz, YERGZ radio as well. I don't know if you can hear him internationally. I know you can with Radio X and Dare Talk Media, but I'm not sure on Yergz. But yeah, and of course we want you to come over here. So yeah, we'll be back Sunday, and then the next show will be next Thursday, where we'll have our special guest.
Says she's from Northern Ireland, doing what we do best here, staying up, drinking. LOL. I'll definitely be sure to watch you two next time. Go check out The Asylum with Harley and Joker also. If you like true crime and horror, there's a show right there.
Yeah, Kelly, 24 hours of the best, 24 of the best hours of my life. I was a flight medic. We landed at 10 a.m. in Dublin. By lunchtime, I had a cold beer in my hand, the perfect pint. And I think I got back to the hotel at like 6 a.m. only for us to have a 7 a.m. wake-up call to go out. Oh, yeah. So almost picked up a girl by the name of Horny Girl. That was all I knew her by, but that's another story. But Love Ireland. I love Ireland. Don't tell Mrs. Sport Cat that. I could get in trouble. So, all right, guys and gals, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Radio X, Dare Talk Media. And yes, I was properly welcomed with the perfect pint, too. Ooh, several perfect pints. So, yeah, thank you to Yergs. Thank you to Radio X and Dare Talk Media. We appreciate you allowing us to tickle your ears. Everybody have a great Friday and Saturday. We will see you Sunday.
Bye.